Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to watch a BBC News report about the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. A lot of people are following this news at the moment. Taliban were in power before, around 20 years ago, and they're taking over the country again has surprised a lot of people. I'm going to watch a BBC News report. I'm going to react to the news and I'm going to explain some of the words and the phrases that are used in the news report. I want to do this because I want to help you understand the news and the various different words that the newsreader is saying while giving the report. This will not only help you understand the words and phrases, but it will also help you understand the whole story about what's going on. The link to the original video is in the description below. Let's start.
Biden has tonight sought to defend the manner of the US withdrawal from Afghanistan after chaotic scenes at Kabul airport as desperate Afghans tried to flee the country following the Taliban's takeover yesterday.
Take over means to take control of something.
US and UK troops are engaged in evacuating their citizens while the international community tries to define its response to the Taliban's lightning speed victory. Lightning
speed means to do something very quickly. The Taliban took over the country in lightning speed. They took it over very quickly.
But our first report tonight is from our South Asia correspondent, Sikandar Kamani.
Running for their lives, frantically trying to escape Afghanistan.
People here are running frantically. Frantically means done in a hurried and excited way because of confusion.
This is how desperate some Afghans are to leave the country.
The people are desperate to leave the country. Desperate here means the situation is very serious and bad.
A handful tragically clinging on even after takeoff, before falling to their deaths.
That's really bad. Cling on here means to hold on tightly and not wanting to let go, just as a baby would hold on tightly to his or her mother. Sadly, in this situation, the people couldn't cling on and they fell to their deaths.
Foreign nationals and some Afghans are being evacuated, but huge crowds.
Evacuated means to move from a dangerous place to a safe place.
Outside the airport, even more chaos. Taliban members firing in the air to assert their authority, trying to keep control.
Assert authority means they are showing that they have the power.
Despite the dangers, some residents still risking their lives to try and get inside. The group has promised an amnesty to those with links to the government, but many still fear they'll be targeted by the militants.
An amnesty is a decision by the government to allow political prisoners to go free.
No one is quite sure what comes next in Afghanistan, though it's clear the Taliban are in charge. Their members are out in force, patrolling in vehicles seized from government security forces.
The Taliban are out in force. That means they are out in large numbers. The Taliban have seized all the vehicles. That means that they have taken them and now keeping them.
We want an Afghan inclusive Islamic government. So by that we mean all other Afghans have also participation in that government. So of course that need a little bit time and deliberation and talks.
So the Taliban spokesman, they're saying that they want all the Afghans to be a part of this. They want them to be included. He is also saying this needs deliberation. That means it needs to be considered and discussed.
The terror and panic at the airport today, an awful ending to 2 decades of international efforts to rebuild this country.
The people are in panic. A panic is a sudden feeling of fear that makes it difficult for you to think or act properly. And they mentioned that the conflict is 2 decades old. A decade is a 10-year period.
Its fractures and rampant corruption, Afghanistan had also seen fragile progress.
He said that there is rampant corruption. Corruption is illegal, bad, or dishonest behavior, especially from a government. And rampant means widespread.
For the latest from Kabul, we can speak to the BBC's Malik Mudassir. Malik, we saw scenes of panic at the airport and you were there. What was it like?
Well, this morning when I went to airport to see what's the situation like there, it was the most chaotic scene I've ever seen in the last 10 years.
He described the scenes as chaotic. Chaos means a state of confusion and disorder where you don't know what's going on.
The people, they were just trying to get to airport from with their families, children, and everybody was like rushing to get into airport. They were climbing walls. They were not even scared of the bullets which Taliban firing towards them to disperse them. And I could see the desperation and the anxiety on their faces that they just want to flee out of this country. Even they didn't have any travel documents like passport and tickets.
So he said he's describing the people as having anxiety in their faces. That means that they had a lot of worry in their faces, and that the Taliban were firing at them and they were trying to get them to disperse. Disperse means to move, to leave that place. So a very troubling, a very worrying situation in Afghanistan. But I also felt that it was important that I covered this and that I tried to make it easier for you to understand this news report. Watching news reports on the BBC or on other news channels is one way to improve your English, to improve your vocabulary. I hope this lesson has been helpful to you. Check out some of my other videos. I have a playlist for beginners and for intermediate level learners. This video was very serious. I left out all the jokes. That will be for my next video. So see you very soon again. Bye bye.